Hey guys, welcome, 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 welcome. We're just letting everybody into the room right now, so there will be a moment of silence.
Hey, how are you?
Good evening, everyone. As usual, we're just going to give it a few minutes, probably about 10 minutes actually, to allow more of us to get in the room before we get started. But welcome, and we appreciate you being here.
Before everybody get on, I just want to say I have a free night tonight, and I'm so glad to be back. It feels good.
It's good to see you, Crystal.
Hey Crystal, welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
It's been months, but I got tonight. I'm so happy to see y'all, hear your voices, and all that other good stuff.
Good. I was definitely wondering where you had been.
Girl, being a mommy.
If anybody else wants to hop on while we wait, Jazz, you can pause the recording if you want to, but if anybody else wants to hop on while we cover some good contracts. But I'm gonna try to drop the link in the chat for anybody that's interested in going and reading exactly what's going to be covered.
Hey Les, question. Is it for beginners, people who've never taken an option class, or no?
I would say so, because it's basically a fundamental options training. So it would be what I've been recommending, and what him and I agreed on, is that we would refer people to that free option alpha course if they have not traded options, so that by the time they get there on the 28th, they know how to execute trades. And then he's going to kind of take it from there on the fundamental side.
Hey, okay. Leslie, do you feel like it'll be like a summarized version of his spin on the DMR? I haven't taken the DMR, but I'm like, yo, this might be the shortcut.
I was going to say that, but yeah, that's what it's really designed to be. It's like a shortened version of the DMR.
Oh, I'm in there. What was that, 175 or something like that?
I think it's 157 per session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And last question, do you know if we get to keep the recording for the session we attended to refer back to?
That's how I usually do things. I'm going to ask him, and then for anybody who can't make those live sessions, we're going to have it edited, and it'll be available as like a kind of pre-recorded course.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask him. I'm pretty sure. Usually, I make sure that you guys have access to the recording, just in case you couldn't attend or whatever.
Word.
Who's that anyway?
That's what's up. Oh, that's Fred.
Okay, hey Fred.
Hey. Yeah, this is my first call I was able to catch. You know, I'm only on here long enough while they cooking dinner. I'm probably gonna have to step away, but I'm gonna catch what I can catch.
Okay, well, we're glad that you were able to make it, and hopefully your family can hear us. Because
you know what? Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Yeah, I got little ones. We'll see. Okay. I don't know what their attention span gonna be like.
Okay. Right, and I don't know what our behavior is gonna be like, so maybe we might want
to. Yeah.
Sometimes we set up. What's up, Corey?
chilling like a villain,
Good.
doing regular. My fault. My wife teaching in the background. I gotta shut up.
Hey, Mrs. Camp.
She gonna yell at you. No, she gonna yell at me.
I'm gonna be quiet, but I can't. Anybody else wanna pop on and just introduce yourself real quick while we wait? I can't even see. I'm on my phone because the internet is off in the Airbnb right now, so I can't even see how many people are here.
We got 22 right now, babe.
And
Okay.
if you swipe right, if you keep swiping right on your phone, you can see the group.
Okay. So like I said, some of the regulars, if the newbies are not ready to introduce themselves yet, some of our regulars, you can take the time to introduce yourself, especially if you're one of those people that the newer people can look to as a resource, inbox, shoot you messages and questions when we're done, things like that. Tanisha, Crystal, Jazz, Ed, Ashley.
Oh, hey y'all, I'm here. I'm Jasmine. That's me. So I'm sorry, I'm like sending out the link and letting people in and all that kind of stuff. So I can't talk too much, but I'm Jasmine. I've been trading with, well, first of all, I've been BFFs with Les for a little over 20 years or something like that, Les. Over 20 years actually, right? I just started trading a little over a year ago. And I am in the background taking care of, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can definitely hit me up in my inbox. So find me on Facebook, and I can likely answer your question for you or get the answer for you.
Hi, I'm Ebony. That's all I got.
I'm dying.
I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna follow up with you. I got a lot of background noise. It's Tanisha. I'm here. I trade. I work. Hey y'all.
Hey, sis.
Try drop them tickers in the chat. I'm gonna try to keep up with them while I'm here, y'all.
Okay. Dang, I feel unprepared. So, Jazz, you can go ahead and start the recording, I guess, if it stopped.
No, I had stopped it and then I started it again because you started talking about John's class, and I did, I wanted to get that whatever information that you had on that. I wanted to get that recorded. But hopefully, Tanisha, can you mute yourself, bookie boo boo?
Let's real quick. If anybody has any questions about Buy the Hood University, how to become a part of Buy the Hood University, or the fundamental options training that John is doing for us at the end of February, or the Billionaire Babies reports, we can knock those out right now. Any questions related to any of that stuff? The guys from Buy the Hood are here, so this is the perfect time.
That was me.
No questions?
Everybody got the cat got everybody's tongue, huh? Crazy.
I stepped away. We asking questions about what?
So if anybody has any questions about the Billionaire Babies reports, the training that John is doing at the end of the month, or how to get involved with Buy the Hood University, or why to get involved with Buy the Hood University.
Leslie, I grabbed the January report, and I got a couple of picks off of there. I didn't realize that the research was going to be so dense. So is the idea that you make a few suggestions and then you just kind of show your work in case we want to vet your picks? Like, are you giving picks and the research? Is that the idea, or is the idea that like what's the concept? How should we best maximize the report?
Okay, so what I have been doing is, because I wanted to do two things: to give you guys an opportunity to get the reports at a discount, and kind of do a pre-sale thing. If you guys buy it before the report is actually released, then that usually comes with some tickers of things that I've seen doing the research and that I'm interested in. But what the report is designed to do is to really do all of the work for you. So if you, like me, when I didn't have time to investigate an industry, I would just buy an ETF. And then when I got around to it, like I bought a retail ETF because I couldn't analyze all of the retail stocks. So when I got around to it, I got rid of the ETF and bought the individual stocks that I wanted. So what this is designed to do is to research the industry, really dig deep into these industries for you guys, so that rather than going to all of the different 10 or 20 resources that we're using, you can just look at this one report, and everything that you should be considering is there. And so what I'm looking for is for long-term holds. The reason that we named it Billionaire Babies is because it's done with the idea that although a lot of these companies are babies now, at some point they're going to be huge, and we're going to be hugely profitable on making these investments early.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of them you'll be able to trade options on. Like somebody bought some Riot options really early on last year when we did that, and he was able to execute those Riot options when Riot was like $20-something. He got in under $2. So some of it you should trade if they have options available. But what I'm doing when I finish the report is I'm buying and holding. Yeah.
So like Oxygen, I fooled around and let that one go. I think on the 27th, I saw Jimmy he was showing his profits, and I was sad happy for him because I wasn't still letting mine run. You think it's too late to get back into Oxygen?
No, I don't. And the reason why is because Oxygen is one of those things that was picked because of the long-term potential. It's the only company in that industry that does what they do, focuses on what they focus on. And their all-time high is up near 800. So at $12-15, I feel like it's still cheap. Would have been nice to have it at $2 and $5, but at 15, I think it's still cheap. I'm still buying it.
Bet. Appreciate you. Okay, I don't have any more questions. Thank
Is
you.
Tanita on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Can you go over our disclaimer real quick before we speak any further?
Absolutely. Hey guys, for those of you who have been with us before, just want to cover a few disclosures, which of course entail making sure that any information that is shared that you are interested in tonight, please do your due diligence. All information is provided for sharing and educational purposes only and is not to be intended to be considered investment advice. Everything here is based on individual preferences. So something that may be right for one person may not be best for your portfolio. So please don't hesitate to ask questions as well as do your own research before you make any investments on your own.
Thanks, Tanita. So I'm going to throw my tickers out there right up front. I'm handicapped tonight. I'm on my phone, so I can't type them in the chat. But one of them is EYES, EYES. And my understanding of what they do is that they make prosthetic eyes that allow people to see again. So you can't even really argue with that, but do your due diligence. And then if anybody can help me, I put one, I think it was the IPO that I put in the chat today. I don't know. I'll find it.
I think it was WBAI or WBIA.
Nah, not that one, but that's another.
It was a
Dagan or something?
Yeah, ADAT or something. ADAP.
I thought it was ADAGEN is the long version.
Okay, that's the name of the company. We'll get that ticker, but WBAI is another good one. Thanks, Tyrone. And then we'll get that IPO. It opened at like $20.40 and shot right up to $20.80. And I'll say that also real quick. If anybody is interested in getting into our CoEd chat, I will post a link to that chat so that you guys can join when we're done here. It'll be on my Facebook page. All right. So I'm muting myself.
Did anybody else have any tickers that they wanted to discuss or companies?
Well, I'm the two tickers that I've been looking at is kind of like old school, but they're like having a well, one is Clorox, right? They're having an event on the 18th. And right now they're trading at 186. They were trading at 225 2 weeks ago, and they're trading at 186 right now. So I think they're in a perfect position to shoot back off with an event coming on the 18th. So if you're looking for something that could be a long-term hold, that's in a good spot. Clorox, like the actual the you know the spray
solution.
Yeah, the Clorox.
Okay, Stephanie, could you be
And
Michael, can you mute yourself, please?
and Apple. And my wife is teaching, so I'm gonna shut up.
Oh no, you were good, Corey. There's somebody else with background besides me.
Let me go to the chat. Anybody got anything else? I got a couple.
I had dropped Tilray in there from that whole bag today. I'm mad I got out
Oh,
early. And that
man.
shit shot up.
That's my bag. Tilray is
Wait, that's my cue, y'all. I forgot to mention that somebody asked me yesterday actually about marijuana industry reports and an EV report. And the current status of those reports is that we had the information, the data lined up. And I just was trying to give y'all some time so that you can get one report, make your money off of that report before we drop another one. But what I'm thinking that I might do, because these industries are heating up, is just pump them out. Y'all can buy them as y'all want them. But we have EV, marijuana, penny stock report, and I think cybersecurity and another one. So those will be dropping, but the next one will be the marijuana industry.
So that's what's up, Leslie. Because it seems like from Riot, Mara, from all the ones like from the blockchain report, it's almost like, well, I can't even say it's almost like. I mean, you gave us the stuff before it got hot. And these industries, especially everything dealing with crypto, is exploding now. So whatever you got, I want it ASAP, so I can go ahead and get in.
So I'm probably going to log off early tonight and get to work. But that's what we'll do then. Instead of, trying to space them out 4 weeks apart, we'll just pump them out and we'll make combo packages. And as you guys want them or as you're able, get them. Because what's going on is the industries that we're working on are those that are heating up right now. So I would prefer like with Oxygen and Bingo that we'd be able to catch it at $1 or $2 instead of when it's already 10 and 15.
So I got a couple to throw out there that I'm doing more research on, but I figure I'll throw it out there so maybe you guys can do some research and help me out. One is the company that I mentioned this to actually you, Les, about a week ago, ENZC. They're working on HIV medication and cures. But the crazy part is since I mentioned it to you, it went up 100%. But it's still relatively cheap. It's about 83 cents. But when I sent it to you last week, it was like 40 cents. But so I'm doing more research on that. That's one. And let me get the other one. The other ticker is XAUMF, Gold Money Inc. So
I'm in that one, and I signed up for their platform.
Okay. So I'm already up on this one, a nice piece of change, but I still think it has room to go. It's so they deal in precious metals as well as cryptocurrency, and it's kind of like a return to the gold standard, so to speak, but it's backed by either metals or crypto. So just something to look at. Like I said,
XAUMF.
Yes, XAUMF. Yeah. So do your own research, but I just want to throw them out there as things that you may want to start to look up. ENZC and XAUMF.
And the fintech report was the last report, and XAUMF was on that report. That's where I found it. And then coincidentally, we had watched your precious metals course,
Mm-hmm.
and I blanked out at the end when you were giving us the hack, and
Yeah.
I thought gold money was a hack, so I went and signed up for it. When it signed up for a gold money account. If you guys haven't seen that precious metals course, I advise you take it. I've been promoting and saying that we should start to invest in precious metals for probably about 6-7 months now.
Appreciate that.
But Jimmy gave us all the info that we need to be able to do it effectively. So yeah, I watched it in like a day.
And for the folks that are in the By the Hood University group, remember that video I put up. So there's a drop on Thursday at noon. That's Eastern time, where you can make a quick buck, by buying that specific coin when it drops. So I made a whole video. It's inside the group, so you can take a look at that.
Anybody got any more tickers?
I don't have a ticker, but it's related to kind of like the precious metals. With the I'm trying to find it. It's NBA Top Shot.
Yeah.
It's along the lines of the like the crypto kitties and all that type of stuff, but it's like
it's a non-fungible token. It's an NFT.
Yeah, NFTs. So it's those trading cards, like I've seen that people have sold some for $50,000. Like the premium pack was like $1,000, and if you get a really good card on there, you can sell it. And
I'm in there heavy, and here's what I'll tell you, right? I'm gonna give you a real world example. So I bought a bunch of stuff and sold some stuff on there as well, but I'm in there every day. So the other day, Corey and I were on there, and I was like, trying to show him, and a pack dropped. They dropped 2,900, right? And I told him, I said, I don't know if I want to buy this. I said, all right, I'm gonna buy it. It's $1,000. Within 3 minutes, all 2,900 were sold. And out of that pack, one sold today. One card out of that entire pack sold today for about $1,000.
So you spent 1,000 on 29 somethings, and you sold one of them for 1,000.
Yeah, so they sold 2,900 total. So once they put this 2,900 out, that's all there will ever be, which is why it's value in it. But once it came out, it was a pack of cards, but they're digital. One card out of the pack that costs 1,000 sold for 1,000 already.
So is it too late for us to go get $1,000 pack?
Yeah, because they're gone. At this point now, you're going to pay more than that on the marketplace. So I mean, it's like an emerging thing in NFT space. Like I've been talking about it like crazy for a while because, it's all sorts of stuff going on. There's a land drop happening this Thursday for Sandbox. So it's a lot of stuff going on in that space. But what I will say is you got to have the basic knowledge of cryptocurrency before you start to get involved in that, because you have to understand how to use either MetaMask or Trust or one of those wallets where you can connect it to the specific service to buy it, and you have to convert from Bitcoin and Ethereum to a specific token. So it's a little learning curve there, but it's something that we definitely should be looking at moving forward towards the future, is the non-fungible token space.
And it sounds like something we should devote a webinar to.
Yeah, absolutely. I already started working on something just to bring people into that space, because most of the time when I talk about it, people look at me like I'm an alien, because I'm talking about virtual land and virtual cards, and they're like, yo, you're talking like we on Ready Player One, but that's kind of like, that's where we at. We living in the future.
I mean, and especially if you have children, like my son knows how to code. So if I could get him up a nice little piece of land and a nice little prime piece of real estate and let him code it up, then he might have his own little empire down the line.
It's possible, yo. Some of the land that sells on the Sandbox game is insane. And what I noticed, and I actually, before we got on here, me and Corey, I was showing him, because I was just trying to show him what the future is, and he'll tell you what's happening is you have companies that are buying space on this as a form of advertising. So you'll see like Atari, the New York Mets, Binance, they all buy these spaces up and they like put ads on it because it's basically a second world, and the land is for sale. So it's almost like it's real estate. It's real estate, but it's on a digital space.
And
So-
also keeping in mind, like with the way that the pandemic's been going, like a lot of offices have converted to a digital workplace anyway, where you have an avatar and you're going into the office and your office is actually a digital workspace. And you know, you see other people's avatars when they're doing different presentations and whatnot. So like that's the way that you can interact now.
Yo, it sounds insane, but this is really what's going on, and people are making millions of dollars. Last thing I'll say, so I won't talk too much, is it's big. Art is big on there as well. So I've been buying up a lot of like artists and black artists on the blockchain and the NFT space because the art is becoming more valuable. I saw one kid make about $380,000 in one night selling art on the blockchain. That's the kind of numbers we're talking about. So we have to really start to study that space.
Have to give me an art set.
But like, I got a question about it. I mean, this Bonita, I have a question about the NFTs that you're purchasing. Like, they're on the blockchain, right? So they're represented by like a blockchain address, right? So when you how do you render the piece of art to actually be able to see it?
Well, here's the thing. So basically, because it's on a blockchain, it's verifiable that it's the one of one, or if you put out multiples, then you know however many you put out.
Right.
But when you exchange, so you go through an exchange the same way you would go to say buy a token, and everything is sent. All the information is sent to that other person's address, so they have to be registered as well. So one of the bigger ones is you can take a look at is OpenSea.io.
Okay.
And that's where I've done like most of my transactions at. In terms of like, you know, flipping the art is OpenSea.io. Actually, you can find everything on there from land to characters to collectibles to you know, to art. And so now they have the keys to this specific piece, and they have the, you know, ownership. It's almost like a deed if you're buying a property.
And then so like the you receive the deed in one way, and then the actual artifact or the art, you receive that in some other way, or
No, you receive it the same way. So it'll actually show up in your wallet.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it'll actually show up in your wallet. You know, it's kind of weird, but it actually like show up in your wallet. Let me see if I can.
Like the thumbnail will show up, is what you're saying? Like it's the thumbnail. So like normally, like when you see when something shows up in your wallet, it's a thumbnail of the token icon or whatever. But you're saying it's a thumbnail of the
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody uses Trust Wallet. If you go to Trust Wallet and you look at the top, it'll say like tokens, finance, and collectibles. It'll be under collectibles. So
okay,
like this, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's hard.
And I was just wondering, like, could you like as a visual, like if you wanted to see it in real world as opposed in a.
All right, so now if you want to see it in the real world, like you can go as far as to like, you know, print it. So here's what like this is one specific place called Rarible where I'll have a couple different like cards at.
Okay, yeah.
What they look like. So you see the actual thumbnail right there. And if I click on them, it'll take me to them, you know, within the marketplace on OpenSea where I could sell them. So the idea, honestly, is not to have them in the physical world. Everything is moving digital. It's almost like,
I mean, not print, but like, let's say if you wanted to project it to a screen, like, you know, like on your, like that, and like actually have a digital display on your wall of your art. And it could be like even in rotation, you know? That's kind of what I was
thinking. People have done some crazy stuff. Like some people have created things that do exactly that. They take the image and they put it with like a QR code on t-shirt. It's all kinds of crazy stuff they do. But you know, that's a growing space.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely thinking in a different dimension.
Yeah, we're in a whole different world.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Tyrone, you bought anything on NBA Top Shot?
Fam, I jumped on there and that joint was sold out. Like, and when I saw the $1,000 price tag, like the time that it made me, that I was thinking, by the time I looked at it and I thought about it, it was gone. So I was like,
and that's what I'm saying. You gotta know that you're going to spend it already. Like me and Corey, I said, yo, I'm gonna buy it. I said, I'm gonna buy it. It was gone. Like close to 3,000 packs within 3 minutes.
And I saw that they had released regular packs during the day too. And I mean, if you go into the marketplace, you can see, you know, you see how much people are selling stuff for. Like, you know, they selling. I saw a joint. It wasn't even a good player. It was like Rondo. It was Rondo going for $500. I was like, Rondo for 500. Like,
Listen, I tried to buy a Joel Embiid card 2 weeks ago. It was $40. He had a good game, and I got tied up doing something else. I went back to buy it the next day, and it was like $288 over one night. But I'm saying that, so these are the kind of flips that people are doing. And once you get things within a pack, you know, you don't have to worry. So in the traditional world, if you had like baseball or basketball cards, you have to worry about their condition and all that. In the digital space, you don't have to. So I mean, it's real interesting, and there's a lot of money being made.
Yeah, and it's kind of, it might be a little bit better. It was not might be. It is a bit better because you don't have to worry about the condition of your card, right? And so the thing, because I used to do collectibles in the real world, but if I'm in the real world doing a collectible, I gotta always worry about the condition of my cards or my comic books or whatever. With these non-fungible tokens, that's not something you have to worry about.
and some of the NFTs really, like, they got some of them that are really like Pokemon. Like, you know, you feed it tokens to level it up, and like, to me, that's what I want. I just want to get my kids into it, just because like I have a son that's into Pokemon cards, and we looked at how much one of his cards was worth, and he was like, well, can we sell it? And I'm, no, hold it. But yeah, like a lot of these NFTs, they have different purposes, and it's something that really we should be looking to move towards in terms of collectibles and just being ahead of the digital curve.
Listen, when you talk about NBA Top Shot, it's less than 50,000 people on there right now. They haven't really even opened up to the world yet. And when that happens, people that hold those digital cards, like certain LeBron cards, I see the big one. Because I watch it every day. One of the big ones moving now is the Luka Doncic cards. If you get one of those, you're probably gonna be talking about six figures, right? And that's just what it's going to be. But some of the stuff that's going on in the blockchain is insane. Like I was looking at, they got horse races where you can actually own the horse. So it's just all kinds of craziness. I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy, so I'm gonna be quiet and throw out some more tickers. But I just thought it was interesting you brought that up because it's definitely a booming space that we got to be paying attention to. Anybody got some more tickers?
I just want to chime in to say that that's really what this call is about, making sure that we're not missing out on these things like we've been missing out on them the entire time that we've been in this damn country. So that's why I started talking about the precious metals piece. And I know nothing about NFTs, but I would like to know more. I would like to understand it. So that's what we're here for, so that we can be introduced by each other, by people who look like us, to these things that we need to be taking advantage of.
Absolutely. So that's why I said, like, if you guys can do your research, like just look up NFT, look up NBA Top Shot, look up OpenSea. Just start to do some reading about it, and you'll be blown away about like it's almost like it's a whole other world, like an underground economy that's going on that the average person knows nothing about. And you can literally like walk through art galleries. As a matter of fact, is it possible for me to share my screen?
Oh, please share it.
I want to show you guys one thing.
This.
Oh, hold on. Let me get you. You want to share your screen, you said?
Yeah, let me get this site up.
And Jimmy, can you also like put in the chat like how these like how they're spelled and things like that? Because this really is interesting. Because I have 2 boys and I'm about to put them to work.
Yeah. All right, so let me see if I can
You should be able to share now, I think.
All right, cool. All right, can you guys see my screen? So this is an example of like a blockchain art gallery. And this one right here specifically is Black artists. So let me know if you can see it.
Yep, we see it.
All right, so you can so you're literally within an art gallery. You can look around and see what's going on. It's different displays. Let me see how you navigate this piece here. Hold up. Never done this on the computer, so I'm trying to get it to work. This is the problem with live demonstrations. Because I can't get it to move. Maybe if I did it from my phone.
Yeah, Jim, join the call from your phone. And
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it from my phone real quick. All right, hold on. Whoa.
You look like you're on Roblox right now.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's somebody talking. See, that's one of the artists talking. Hold up real quick. Hold up. I'm gonna join from our phone and then put it up there because I know how to navigate it from my phone. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
That was so dope. And it did look like Roblox.
And that's the crazy part. A lot of these kids are playing with Roblox. So if they already got that kind of experience.
Yeah, I mean,
Jimmy, you I want to say it was a Friday night you did a video on all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all about to be wild for real.
All right.
Y'all are in the Fatherhood group. I don't remember what Friday it was, but he showed a lot of that site. I think you did.
Yeah, it was a couple sites I showed because I'm always talking about it just because I don't want like Les said, I don't want folks to get left behind. So I'm always talking about it. All right. So you guys can keep talking while I pull this up though. I don't want to, have everybody sitting there looking crazy.
Well, we mentioned Roblox because you were sharing your screen, and Roblox is having an IPO, I think soon. They didn't do it already, but I think we looked at the financials and that looked like trash. So it's interesting. I think Crystal, but she may be having challenges, but I know she had looked into the documents and seen, because a lot of our kids are playing Roblox now. But it's just funny to see that. We were excited about the IPO, but they look at the financials, they don't have no money. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing with my Robux. What are they doing with my Robux money that I've been giving to my kids?
Giving it back to the investors. That's why they're going public. so they can actually have some money.
I mean, realistically though, does that matter? I mean, Doge, Ripple.
Oh God,
they all doing numbers. Like, I mean, so if you know that people are going to jump on it just because of the name, if you jump on it early,
you can get your money and get out.
Yep. Get in, get out, same day.
That's a fact.
Take your hit on the pattern day trader.
Anybody else got some tickers? I see Jimmy coming in on his phone.
Yeah, so somebody asked in the chat about AFCG.
That was me. I put that I think I put that one, and I put another one, NAK. Tanisha, that's the one I brought to you a while ago, and it was like 40 cents or 50 cents. Remember, I had went to you about that one. That was the
energy one?
I think so.
Okay.
That's the one that's the minerals, the North Dynasty minerals, the NAK.
Yeah, I had looked at it. I gotta remember where.
So what are these companies again?
Well, the NAK one, I can't remember what it was. An article that came out on that one. It's North Dynasty Minerals, and it engages in exploration and development of gold and copper mineral properties. And there was like an article that had came out when I had looked at it first, and it's doubled since I've jumped into it. So it had went down for a while, but it's recently just been on an upward go the last week. And I can't remember let me look in the chat, because I know me and Tanisha had talked about it. And I just can't remember what it, hold on. But I remember it was, but it's been, I can't, Tanisha, do you remember anything about that one? I can't remember for nothing right now for whatever.
You guys see that?
Yep.
All right, so if you like really, you walk through this gallery, and if there's other people here, you actually will see their avatars as well. So let me see. And these are like the pieces of art. So you can walk up to the art, you can take a look at it, and if you hit this button.
My name is Ben Harriet, also known as Urban, and I am the artist who produced.
You get the artist to tell you about the specific piece.
Explores Afrofuturism using organic effects.
Can you guys hear that?
Inspiration came from the artist Sun Ra.
Yep.
All right, so I just, I'm not going to show you everything. I'll just show you around here for a little bit. There's like, other pieces of art. You can press the button and see. All right, here's some back here. Let's look at the Nipsey piece. So this is a painting someone put on a blockchain, and he'll tell you about it.
My name is Vaccine, and I'm the artist behind Nothing Like You. This piece celebrates Nipsey Hussle and his legacy. And this is from my Pop Icon series, and it's a series that I've created to basically keep our.
But watch this. So now you can see this is the piece. You can click on it to get information about it, and you can even see what it's sold for on the blockchain. I think this piece right here is sold for a couple $100 maybe. All right, hold on. Let me back up a little bit. There's another piece there. It's hard to navigate this thing on my screen. But there's information about it. And you press the button and it tells you about it as well. But there's a whole art gallery, and you can walk around here and see, there's different pieces. It's like you're in the virtual world looking at. And if there's other people here, you could actually see them walk around at the same time if they happen to be there when you're there.
This is amazing. And so these are actual pieces of art.
Mm-hmm. But when you buy it, what happens is like you go open your wallet, it will be sitting in there, and you'll have like a address on the blockchain, which means that you have the authentic piece. So, you really can't duplicate that because you have the authentic piece.
And just to be clear, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm just going around here at this point. Go ahead.
But so just to be clear, you don't get anything physical in the mail. This is all digital.
Everything's digital. All
and
of
you
this
cannot
is digital.
print it out.
I mean, that you can print it out if you wanted to. But this is all digital. This is like I said, it's like a second world. And these are, it's like you're really literally in an art gallery.
So when you talked about people buying land, so somebody purchased this space on the blockchain for this art gallery?
Yeah, so someone set this up. So here's another slick thing I figured out. So this is an art gallery, and this guy right here kind of like puts all Black artists there. And if you want to buy one of these, it'll probably take you to OpenSea. But the thing about OpenSea is they pay a commission. So what he's figured out is how to create an art gallery, and he gets a piece if someone finds it within his art gallery. So he goes around online and markets his art gallery as a place where he collects Black artists and puts their stuff on display. They don't mind because they get the bulk of the money. And another thing about having art on a blockchain is, which separates it from the real world, there's a small piece that goes to the artist every time it sells. So let's just say, for argument's sake, I bought this Nipsey piece and I paid $1,000 for it, and you wanted to give me $2,000 a year later. I think it's like a 1% thing that always goes back to the original person that made it. So a lot of artists are gravitating towards this because, you know, in the real world, if I make a piece of art and I sell it, once I sell it, that's it. This gives them a small piece of residual income for all their work. Now, if you see, I'm upstairs now, but it gives them a small piece of residual income for all their work. And that's the reason why the NBA got on board. So with the cards he was talking about, the NBA gets that piece.
So the NBA also gets maybe a percentage in perpetuity as well?
Of the NBA Top Shots, yeah. And I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, I just want to show you this art gallery because I thought this was insane. Because I was in here one night when they first like opened this display, and it was like folks walking around. It's like, yo, I'm at an art show and I'm sitting on my couch.
And so the art is drawn or made like kind of like Roblox, the way that Roblox.
Somewhat, but you can do it all kinds of different ways. Like I have my own art I created, and I'm not an artist at all. I was selling memes on the blockchain, and people was actually bidding on them. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I just want to give you guys a look at this because, like I said, this is a space that's like really emerging, and there's a lot of money being made here. And you know, those clear people are really understanding. They're already here. And a lot of this, like, so this is like, for instance, this is all Black artists in this one. There's some nice stuff here, but it's all digital.
How can you see what the price is?
Generally speaking, let me see. Usually you go on here. All right, so this right here, it's like you click the link and it tells you where to go to. It tells you where it is, right? So this says NFT showroom. Let's see if I hit open. It'll take you there. And you get all the information about it.
That is so dope.
Yep.
Yeah, this shit is low key kind of fly. I'm sitting there kind of like bugging.
It's so dope.
And that's the girl right there that created it. And you know, then you can go here. You can look at like, you know, if she got anything else. So this is the future. So I just wanted to make sure I show you guys this, so you won't say you never seen it. Yep.
So you were saying earlier that this gallery was part of a property that was there was land that was purchased, and this gallery was established on that land within the blockchain. Is that kind of how you were running it down?
Let me share something else real fast. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on, I can't do blah, 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 blah. See if I can knock myself off. All right, so you guys see that, right? Because I want to show you something. Oh, so no, what I was saying about this is what the gentleman here figured out was he created this whole digital like space himself. He didn't sell it. He created this digital space and he figured out how to input from different sites. So that one took you to one site. Now I want to show you this real fast. Should be already open. OpenSea.io. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so now if you go to OpenSea.io, it brings you here and they have everything from art to domain names, virtual worlds, trading cards, collectibles. So now if I click art, is some of the art that you can buy on the blockchain and you'll see the price. So let's just take a look at this one. It's listed for 5, but you got to make sure what kind of, because a lot of times it might be like Ethereum. Like this is what people are really selling stuff for on the blockchain. So trading cards, collectibles, sports, utility, domain names. So let's look at virtual worlds. This is land. This is a wrap. What's this? Wrap. Yep, wrap ETH. So everybody knows what Ethereum is. What's Ethereum right now? What did Ethereum close at today? I know it hit 1,800, but it might have closed at what, 1,500, 1,600? Hey, Core, what did Ethereum close at today? Or what's not closed? It doesn't close. What is it right now?
17, yo. 1764.
All right, so this right here is damn near 3,400 for this piece of land in the virtual world. And if you see this right here, it's giving you the you know, how you figure out, you know, where it is within that sand block thing.
ETH is 1765 right now.
All right, let me see something else if I can get another window. So you can see what some of this stuff is selling for. This is all virtual land. And the thing about it being on the blockchain is this: you can see the trading history in terms of what it sold for and what time. So when you see that, you can see things are going up in value.
But what do you do with virtual land?
You're a landlord, so you can do all kinds of stuff. You own the land. Like, let me see if I can show you this. This will kind of
in a virtual world, though.
All right, so let me see if I can kind of.
This
Here's one of the. Here's one
mind
of the.
blowing.
All right, so here.
Show them what you showed me earlier, Joe.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do that now. All right, hold up, real quick.
Show them that.
So
that shit is crazy.
So this is like one of the biggest virtual worlds right here. It's called the Sandbox, and they have to actually have their own Ethereum token, which is known as Sand. So if you go to the map on Sandbox, you can see the whole world, like the virtual world here. So what people are doing is a lot of like folks are buying up space in this virtual world, and a lot of people are using it for advertising. So there's a game built around it. So as you walk through the game, you'll see ads through the game. So it's like they're damn near flooding you with ads in the virtual world, almost like they did in the real world.
Y'all know what this is, right? They're building out the matrix, literally.
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to.
Binance owns all this. Binance bought this whole space up here. Even
we're gonna be able to interface with this
famous shitcoin right here. But like you'll look through this and you'll see all sorts of folks. Like Atari is huge on this. They spend a ton of money buying up land in here. But there's just a lot of things going on within this NFT space, and there's a lot of money being made. So look, Binance bought all this up, Wu-Tang. And you can buy like these lots, and these lots all have, so when you go back to the other side I was showing you as a longitude and latitude, it actually leads you to one of these spaces. So this is what the actual virtual world looks like, where the actual lots are for sale.
And the thing is too, you can build out, like, so if you buy your piece of land, like the one I was looking at, somebody had built like a pavilion. They had built a club, basically. They built a club and people were congregating in the club. And I don't know what they were doing, but they were still like, I don't know what they were serving or something, but
Look,
whatever they were serving, they were like, they was getting paid off of it. So it's like you can interact, like if you take a piece of land and you wanted to just build real estate on it, you can do that. You can then sell the real estate, like the houses, on your parcel of land.
Yes, you can.
You can do.
They are in the chat right now talking about buying the virtual hood already.
That's right. Look at this. So they got a whole like, roller coaster like thing there. So when you get your avatar, you go there, you can go to like, you can charge folks to do whatever you want to do. But what I'm noticing is folks advertising on here. So if you look on this one, this guy, what's his name? Johnny Magic or something owns this. And you see here, it says visit site. So you click on the site and it takes you off to his site where he has his own business. So what he's figured out is, okay, I'm buying space on here. So anytime people come on here, they're going to see my business. And a lot of bigger businesses are doing this too. Like Binance. So a lot of the crypto businesses are already on here, but a lot of this stuff is for sale. And you can go to OpenSea.io. That's the secondary marketplace where it's selling. So I'll go back there. That's a secondary marketplace. But that was just to give you an idea of what the actual world looks like. But the thing about this site here is there's so much that you can buy on here. It's not just land. The trading cards. I just want to see if I can give you an example of CryptoPunks. So when you see these unit prices, this isn't cash, by the way. A lot of these are in like Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know what I mean? So this stuff is rather like, let's take a look real quick. I just want to show you one more thing and I'll get off here. If you look at, this is stuff that's newly minted on auction. So this is stuff that's actually up for auction right now. I was trying to see if you can use the filter. Hold on. stuff that's sold. This right here. This sold for $7,448. And can you guys see this right here? Hold up.
Yep.
This is the transaction. So you can see how many times that is sold, who bought it. Because again, the blockchain is all about the public ledger. You can see it like, so it first sold for $968, then $1232, then $1760. Now, the most recent one, $7,448. So that's what's going on in this space.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Can you go back to the price where it said that it sold for 7,000, but it had like 4.23 next to it? What is that converted from?
It's from a let me see. So you can put it in all sorts of coins. I'm trying to find that one again. Let me go to any of them. Like when you look at the prices, they're from specific coins. So this one is wrapped ETH. So this one will say 0.7, but that's why it gives you the dollars and cents right next to it, because it depends upon what they're selling it for. So people may ask you for Ethereum, they sell stuff for DAI, sell stuff for Bitcoin, but that's what that is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just whatever cryptocurrency is being sold for. Yep, and the collectibles are insane, just as insane as that is. Like, I don't even know what this is, honestly. It's like a trading card or something. But
Hey, it's a quesadilla from when Elon Musk was smoking weed.
oh, see, listen, I don't even know what it is. I just know that it's like 2,600. So at any rate, just wanted to share that real fast to show you that it's a whole other world out there and folks are making money in kind of crazy ways. But that's the future. We in the future.
And Z, with that said, I would suggest that we not be resistant to what is taking place, not try to deny it, not try to call it a scam anymore. So if there's anybody on here who's not invested in Bitcoin cryptocurrency, get with somebody on this call to try to figure that out and start buying it in however small increments you must, but we can no longer deny what's happening.
No, not at all. I mean, and just Tyrone, just to your point, I'm gonna share one more thing, just because if this is what really started the conversation. So I want to share this. So this is NBA Top Shots. So it's like basically basketball cards, but on the blockchain. And instead of it just being a standalone card, it comes with like a highlight attached to it, which they call moments. So, this isn't really not that many people even know about this yet. Is relatively small, because it's about, I think it's like, last time I checked, about 50,000 folks on here, but as you can see, it's in beta, but you can already buy stuff on here. So let's just look up LeBron and you'll see what the LeBron cards have sold and are going for.
That first 3-pointer card, that price is up from when I looked at it earlier, because it was only like $80 earlier.
So this one right here, they're selling for $72,000 and there's only 4. And that's kind of what gives it its value. Look at this one here. And the fun, crazy part, people are getting these prices. It's not that just being asked, they're getting them. So this is the card and this is the highlight associated with it. And the lowest price you can get it for is $250,000. So, that's kind of what's happening here.
Yo, this is mind blowing, yo.
Listen, people keep trying to trying to get admitted to the Zoom, and I'm just like, wait a minute, y'all. I'm trying to look at the daggone screen.
Right.
Yeah,
this
it's
amazing.
insane.
This is crazy.
Craziness. Like, you know how many movies I've watched with this kind of, this is like,
Listen, like, I want to show you if I can find an article.
So, like, you I could take a picture of some sneakers that are never coming back out again. You think that people have been on them sneakers? Like, but at least you got a picture. Like,
So this one highlight, somebody spent $1 million. I think it was $1 million is what I'm looking for, on some of these cards on that NBA Top Shots. Well, here's one right here, just to give you an example. It's not the highest one, but just to show you that this is what's really going on. $105,000 someone paid for, the LeBron. This is what's going on.
What have we been doing with our lives and our
Right, like what have we been doing?
But here's the crazy part about that. That's still relatively new. Like NBA Top Shots, they're selling for millions, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there has been $1 million sale on there. But the crazy part is, most of the world doesn't even know it exists.
And that's something that we should emphasize too. Like, everybody that doesn't really know about blockchain and about cryptocurrency, like, you're still really, really early in the game. And I know it might not seem that way when you're looking at Bitcoin damn near touching 50,000, but it's still real early in the game. Like, most of the world ain't even touching it. We ain't even at 10%. So,
Bitcoin is owned by less than 3% of the people in the entire world.
Yes. I think the saying is if you get like 0.27 Bitcoin, that puts you in the top 1%, something like that.
Top 1% of people in the world at 0.27 Bitcoin.
Yep.
Yes.
So we basically should buy more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody just asked in the chat, should we continue to buy Bitcoins no matter the price, or try to wait for it to go down and go down a bit before buying more?
Not this year.
Buy a little bit every day.
Yeah.
Buy a little bit.
Whatever you can afford every day. Whatever
DCA.
Whatever your coffee costs, buy it.
So my thing is, like, buy it as often as you can, as much as you can. So if that's once a week, that's fine. If that's once a day, that's fine. If that's once every 2 weeks, like, I tell folks to set it and forget it. Because, the fact of the matter is, I mean, people could joke about Dogecoin and all that, but when it came time for him to put his money where his mouth is, he bought Bitcoin, right? And that's for a reason. Some people believe it'll be the reserve currency. And this is not to be a Bitcoin commercial, but we need to have it. We definitely need to have it.
It's decentralized. It's blockchain technology. That's like, I mean, those are the two biggest values right there, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and Bitcoin already has scale that other coins, as much as other coins shoot up and down, and they will continue to do so, Bitcoin has a scale that I don't know if any other coin may get to. Only time will tell, but so I think it's important that we get that. So, like, when you look, the stuff I was just showing you, I was just making sure you guys are aware of what's going on out there, so you can, like, continue to do your research and do that. But doesn't change the fact that you still need to be buying the coins and tokens as much as you can. But do your research on that, though. Don't get left behind.
Question about Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I was looking at their origination dates earlier, and it's like a 4 or 5 year gap between the two of them. If Ethereum came first, do you think it would have the kind of traction and the value that Bitcoin has now?
No, because
two different purposes.
They serve two different purposes.
So Ethereum is almost like Web 3.0, and a lot of things are built on top of that, but it serves two different purposes, and also the Bitcoin's security supply. That's right, the fixed supply, the security portion of Bitcoin. It kind of separates it from everything else, which is why Bitcoin is the one that is and also the brand. Let's be honest, like, when most people don't even understand that there's other cryptocurrencies. Everybody, like, at this point, people's grandmoms know what a Bitcoin is, or have heard of a Bitcoin, and there is value in that too. But just from a technological standpoint, it has so much scale, and the servers are literally across the world. So it's going to be difficult for anything to surpass that in terms of it being what it is. It's the major cryptocurrency.
Jimmy, I have a question. It's Juanita. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but
No
I
stupid
don't
questions.
I have never bought crypto or Bitcoin. So would I go in and buy it just like I'll buy regular trade stocks?
Yeah, so whoever invited you, I'm pretty sure if whoever invited you to this call, whoever got you with us, then they probably have their own affiliate link with Coinbase or Cash App, because I mean there's ways to get beyond that. But when you're starting, I always tell people to start with the easiest way so you can get a better understanding, especially if you're coming from stock. So Coinbase is easy to understand. You set it up with your bank account and that'll get you in the game. Like even easier than that is going in Cash App and just buying some Bitcoin right in Cash App. So, it's just about, and once you start that, then you can progress and you can study more and then you can understand some of the more advanced techniques.
And then you can move your crypto off of Cash App. I don't suggest buying it off of Robinhood or PayPal because it's not crypto that you're buying and you don't own the crypto and you can't move it. So don't buy it somewhere that you can't move it.
Okay, so but you guys recommend Cash App.
That's fine. If you're just starting, it's fine.
Over the other ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Over Robinhood and PayPal, absolutely. Because with Robinhood and PayPal, you're just buying a piece of paper that says like it's an IOU. You don't have your keys, and not your keys, not your crypto. So Cash App or Coinbase, as someone who's starting right now, it's very simple.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you can't move any of your crypto off of Robinhood right now? They only give you like a receipt for it, or would you say
they give you? You're buying it. You're buying basically an IOU. So as Bitcoin goes up and down, then the value of your thing goes up and down. But you can't send it off of there. You have to sell it and then take the cash off. You can't. There's no wallet, so you can't send it from your Robinhood to your Coinbase or from your Robinhood to your Ledger or anywhere else.
And just to be clear, if anybody is in our women's group or has been following us and attending this webinar for any amount of time, then you know that we don't even recommend that you buy shares of stock on Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely don't recommend that you buy crypto there. That was news to me about Cash App. I didn't know that you could send your crypto to a wallet from Cash App. So that's good for me to know.
Yep, because they actually when they first started you couldn't, but that was one of the things they added. So the CEO of Cash App is big into the crypto space, so he understands not your keys, not your crypto, because he's part of the culture. In fact, what's the most amazing to me is like the Jack Dorsey, who's the founder of Twitter and Cash App. If you go to his Twitter page in his bio, it just says Bitcoin, so he's all in. But one of the things that he added later on was the ability to have a wallet and send things right out of Cash App right to your personal wallet. And Robinhood, like I hate Robinhood too. Like I have a love-hate relationship with Robinhood, and just to be transparent, the reason is because Robinhood allowed me to get a lot of people involved that were never involved because of their simplicity and ease of use. But once you understand how things work, get off as soon as you can.
That's the same way I feel about M1. And particularly what Anthony Agarat was able to do with M1. But I love M1, especially for anybody starting out. I'm always like, go in there, create a pie, automate $50 a week into there. And before you know it, you will be really surprised at what you're looking at when you log into your M1 account.
Yes, that's powerful. The pie is powerful.
You can transfer your M1 out to any broker or et cetera, right? But once you do that, it's like you have to manage any additional contributions you make to those accounts, right? And you're able to do that. Is that correct?
Yeah, you won't be able to move the partial shares, but any full shares you have will be moved. You can move it off of it.
And in terms of future contributions, you won't be able to contribute the same way that you do with M1. So that's kind of what separates M1 in the marketplace. I could set up automatic buys on TD Ameritrade, but it won't like take a specific amount and break it down within a pie.
Into a pie, yeah. Because we can buy fractions on Fidelity now, but the same thing, you have to go and buy them individually. And I've become really lazy. So, yeah.
Listen, I respect it. I try to automate my life, so I respect it.
And I think, I try to automate my life too, but with investing, it's really important, especially as beginners, because it's not as easy in the beginning when you're not so disciplined and so committed to it
to go in there and do it when you have to actually do it. But when you have $50 coming out every Friday or every payday, it, like I said, it will shock you in a year's time what you're looking at when you go log into those accounts. So that's the way that I recommend everybody go with buying, that's new to buying shares of companies. Set up a pie at M1, automate it, start with 50, and before you know it, you'll be up to 100 just because your motivation increases as you see your balance increase.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And then when those dividends start rolling in, you start to recognize like the power, and it changes everything.
Yeah. Seeing amazing things happen in like 3 years and change.
Okay, but you can only transfer whole shares off of M1. So how does that work with ETFs? If you're investing in ETFs and you transfer those off of the platform?
It's still whole shares. So if you have like 1.5 of say VOO, then you'll transfer the one off. The 0.5 will stay back on M1 and be liquidated into cash. And then that cash can be sent to your receiving brokerage.
Gotcha. Okay, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. My fault, you guys. I didn't mean to bombard the whole thing, but you know, I get excited when they start talking blockchain, and I don't know how to control myself. So,
but that's good. I'm looking at people's posts on Facebook, and they're really excited about it. I think that everybody's happy that you went there, and I know I am because I saw a post earlier about somebody spending a lot of Ethereum on some digital land today, and I was like,
yeah, a record was broke today. Someone spent $1.5 million on a piece of land I showed you. So,
but look, this is how powerful this is. Earlier today, I was like, yeah, I can't see myself doing that. That's, that don't make sense. And now we are actively in our chat plotting buying some digital land.
So that's the thing. Another thing too to think about is like there's wallets out there that you can borrow off of your crypto. So like for example, I always bank for Nexo wallet because that's what I'm using. But like I'm really getting ready as soon as this call is over. I'm about to take a loan off of my crypto and go buy some of this stuff. Like I was just on OpenSea, so we about to make this happen. Like I'm about.
See, you about to be like me. Tyrone about to be like me. So now I know who to bother. Now I know who to bother when I want to show stuff because me and Russ be going crazy in this stuff. But that's a great point. So that's the next level with crypto, right? So the idea of crypto is you can be your own bank. So I do that on Celsius. Like I'll get a loan at 1% and then stake it and make like 12 or 13%.
So let me ask you a question, Jimmy. I know that you guys do one-on-ones with members of Idaho University. So is this something that somebody could set up a one-on-one with you about how to get their Celsius set up, how to move their crypto over there and get these loans?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of things that we do, right? So we will sit down with someone. In fact, we sat down with a couple folks earlier. As a matter of fact, a couple of y'all on here. So we sat down with a couple folks earlier to get them straight in terms of like options and things. But we will sit down with you, to give you the basics to help you get started. We don't have no problem with that at all. If you want something more advanced, we do have a partnership with that too. So I don't know whether you, Leslie, you with DCG?
Not yet. I'm
okay.
Moving in that direction. I finally made it into his friends list on Facebook.
So if you're interested in, Les, if you're interested in that, let us know. So we partnered with them literally this past week after looking at everything that's going on. And that's like for someone who, I'm gonna be very honest with you, like you have to be ready for that because that's like the next level of training. They have trainings literally every day. Now, they're not mandatory, obviously not, but you can get as much information as you want, but it's a price tag associated with that. But within the crypto space, there is no better education. You get access to know when certain drops happen. And you get access to, there's professional crypto traders in there that will literally share their trades with you. Hey, I'm getting in this right now. Hey, I'm getting out of this right now. So we have that available too.
As soon as we can. Let's set that up.
Okay, yeah. So we'll talk when we get off here. And once we can get you set up, then if your folks want to go through you, that's fine. But that's some of the partnerships and things that we're doing. So overall, what we're trying to do is create basically our own Wakanda online. So the reason we partner with Les because we love what she does. We see the value and the genius in what she does. So if any of you are already in Body Hill University, you already recognize that it's all love there. There's none of the nonsense, and we all about getting money and helping each other. So that's why we keep making strategic partnerships with folks that are on the same wavelength, and we have them in every space, whether it's crypto, options. For those folks that watch the Sunday show, that you already see what we do in options, and everything else. We even got real estate partners too. We got so reach out if you need help with anything, and if we can't specifically help you, we have the people we can send you to.
So I think this is a good time to say that. If you guys are not yet members of By the Hood University, reach out to the person that invited you to the webinar tonight and get involved, because it really is, I call it Black Utopia. And it just keeps getting better week after week after week. But we try to add value for you guys without always upselling you. And that's something that I appreciate about By the Hood University, is that once you in there, you kind of in there. And there will be things like they just dropped a intro to charting training. So there will be things that you will have to pay for along the way, but the value that is just included in your membership in By the Hood University is unmatched.
Yeah.
The thing about it is we don't make anything mandatory. Like you can get help with charting, but like those things, the time is what costs. The course is one thing, but the time that it takes to put those things together is what's costing you. The time that it's saving you is what costs the money. It's not, because everything, what I learned about all these courses is that everything you want, you can find it on the internet, but it's going to take you 5 years to figure it out for yourself. The thing about it is when you can amalgamate information, when you can put information together, it makes it so much easier. And then like the reason why we do strategic partnerships is because strategic partnerships helps us help everybody else.
Yes.
We could,
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead,
So like with our intro to charting, we did that with Lance, because Lance is a charter. Like, so, and I can't chart the way she does. Like the reports that Leslie does, I can't do that. So it's like, what I mean? Like we gonna do this together. Like I can't do that. So the fact of the matter is, that's how that works. And we don't make it, once you're in, you're in. You know what I mean? Like we do have other items that come out from time to time, but you don't have to buy it. Once you're in, you're in. And if anybody has been on the Sunday show is worth the price of admission by itself. Outside of that, the video I just gave you guys about that precious metal, if you get that, you'll probably make more money by getting that coin than it costs you to have the whole precious metals course. Because it's not about money for us. Another thing about the course is, if we have a conversation with you and you've been through the course, it's a different conversation, right? So if I try to talk to someone who has no idea about stocks or anything like that, and I start talking about like, dividend and tickers, they're gonna like, what are you talking about? But if you took the course, you save us time just in engaging with you, and we will still sit on the phone with you. You know what I mean? Like Corey sits on the phone literally with like people every day. And
I'm leaving in 10 minutes
to do a private one. Yeah. And like I said, there's folks on here that can vouch for the fact that we take time and sit down with you, and there's no upcharge for that either. But we do have stuff that's for sale, but there's no upcharge for that.
Steve-O said he joined Friday and it's paid for itself already.
Appreciate that.
So what I wanted to say too is, like, I know some of you who've been here with us for a while can attest to the fact that just attending these webinars, you're able to understand so much more of what it is that we're talking about the longer you keep attending.
I know I can.
The value exploded today with this broadcast. So
appreciate that.
When I first started joining the ladies call, I was still like learning. I didn't know anything. So like now I'm able to follow along. I'm able to pull up charts. I'm able to look for what they're talking about just off of being on the call. And then I just got to By the Hood, so it even made it even more clearer. Like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm just waiting to really learn the charts, and then yeah, my job, I'm gonna have to tell them they can Google me.
I heard that, but that's dope though, because those are skills that you have for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's a good thing that you brought up too, like Rochelle. Like I tell people all the time, like I know you're not at that space yet. So it's so over my head. I don't get this. I don't understand. But repetitiveness and just being involved, it's almost like learning Spanish. You're gonna learn Spanish just by hearing it. You're gonna pick up on certain words, and as you get exposed to it more and more, it's gonna take to the next level. So I know there's other people on the call too that like aren't there yet to understand some of the stuff we're talking about, but it's the consistency of what Leslie built for what, like 40 weeks now, I think we've been doing, that has really taken people to the next level over and above, any video, any YouTube thing you watch, because it's the exposure consistently, so it's going to get you there.
And you have things to run people. You have all these eyes, right? So you have people that can look things up and bring ideas to each other. You really are building a tribe, right? And it's power in that. Me and Corey did an interview today that's dropping not tomorrow, but next week. And one of the guys, he was talking about, he used to work for a hedge fund. And he was telling us how in a hedge fund, they trade as a group. Like literally what we do is what they do. Yep. So it's power in working together, right? If it's nothing else but getting more than one pair of eyes on a specific play or a stock or an idea. So it's power in you guys meeting every Tuesday, communicating with each other. And then you can have, you having conversations once you leave here, you having conversations in group chats and all that. I know all that goes on, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to build this community. Man, I'm excited. I got to show you guys all the NFT stuff, because I'm telling you, people been looking at me like I'm crazy when I talk about this stuff. I'm talking about buying their virtual land. They think I'm on drugs, but
Nah, man, I'm trying to figure out what. Okay, so like, I gotta get some money from somewhere else now so I can buy all these collectibles.
Listen, there's a big opportunity. I think it's 9 a.m. this Thursday. As a matter of fact, I'll post it in the group. I gotta find the article about it. There's going to be like a whole new plot put up on Sandbox. So.
Oh,
and by the way,
is that token? Is that what the sand token is? Is it?
And that's exactly what the sand token is. Sand token, that's where it comes from. Yep, the SA. Okay. So you heard me all day talking about it in the when I was talking about trying to grab sand, right? Yeah. Now you know why.
Oh, well, so like, how do I get some sand then, Jimmy? Like, how we buy some sand? Like, where'd you get it from? Off of user?
No, I think I'm gonna have to just take that L and have Uniswap rob me, because Binance is hating on me right now.
I've been having that same problem. I know I got money in my accounts, but every time I try to buy crypto on certain platforms, I can't. I usually was able to buy it on Uphold, can't get a transaction through. So I just been taking my L's on Coinbase.
So Binance, I got the VPN and everything, and they still told me, no, you a US customer, so we can't deal with you no more. Go to Binance US, and nobody has anything good to say about Binance US. So I'm gonna have to pay those gas fees on Uniswap, but it'll be worth it, because again, with those NFTs, if I'm able to get a piece of this land on Thursday, I'm probably gonna pay. I know in sand they're talking about 4,600 sand, so that's like less than $1,000. But I might be able to flip that within a month and double it. So gas fees, that's on the Ethereum network. I see someone said explain gas fees. So anytime you transfer any sort of Ethereum or ERC20 token, which is built on Ethereum, you have to pay. It's almost like paying a toll booth, right? So you pay a fee to have it transferred from one wallet to another, or from one person to another. So they're very high right now. Ethereum is running, and that's something they have to figure out long term in terms of scaling Ethereum. But the power in Ethereum is also the fact that there's so many developers on Ethereum. But there's other blockchains that are faster and cheaper, but most of the action is on Ethereum. Any more questions about anything?
I mean, just to add to that, on the Ethereum issue, the gas is ridiculous right now. It just is. But one thing that I've been seeing in terms of the scaling for Ethereum is a lot of the layer 2 solutions. They're starting to kind of take off. So just wanted to throw that out. One thing that I've been looking at is Matic. Matic has been around for quite some time, at least 2 years, 3 years in the space, but it's really starting to take some traction. Like for the longest, it was like lingering around a penny, but since these gas issues have been happening on Ethereum, Matic is up to 10 cents a token now. There's a couple of solutions that seek to address it from the layer 2 level, which means basically you're able to, take your Ethereum tokens into another environment, and that supports an ERC20 wallet, and it gives you another space to trade in with lesser fees. So I think that that's definitely a space to look at. I don't know how long these issues are going to happen with Ethereum. I believe, as Jimmy said, it's a scaling issue. There is a proposal, EIP, I think it's called, proposal that's been put forth by the Ethereum consortium, but they're having issues with the miners. They're challenging it. So because the miners, of course, want to continue to get these high gas fees. So who knows how it's going to play out, but it's absolutely ridiculous.
So I know Bonita knows her stuff. Like we be talking and going back and forth in the chat. So I know she knows her stuff. I got a question for you. Like, do you think that like any other blockchain, so like a Tezos or anything else, will ever be able to compete? Because the one thing I think about is, like, I read something that there's like 15 Ethereum developers for any one developer on any other blockchain. So if all the action is there, I'm wondering, is there some sort of solution or some other thing that can happen to kind of help with this?
I mean, the one thing that I'm looking at that looks kind of promising, I don't know, because I definitely want to see what their pricing model is in terms of transactions, is, I mean, Polkadot. You got Gavin Wood. Gavin Wood actually was one of the co-developers of Ethereum. And he's come out with Polkadot, And when you look at the ecosystem for Polkadot, I mean, it works off of ERC20 token. Like a lot of the tokens that you're buying now for the Polkadot ecosystem or environment, that you can actually put them in the same wallet that Ethereum goes in, MetaMask and those types of things. So I've really been looking at Polkadot as an alternative. And then also one of the other tokens that kind of go, because this whole Polkadot ecosystem, apparently it's structured in such a way to make it a more safer environment in terms of, just conducting business and things. So apparently they have like a test net, and then of course they have the, so things will go into that test net environment first, and then from there it'll get promoted into the live Polkadot environment. So what I've been looking at is two tokens. One is Polkadot, which is doing phenomenal. It's like it ranges between 20, I think 19 to 20 something dollars, like no more than 25 at this point. I've seen it go. And then the other one is Kusama. The Kusama token is the testnet environment, but apparently there's been some discussion about there being a bridge between the Kusama testnet environment and the Polkadot. So what they're saying is that what people maybe see happening long term is, because only a certain number of slots are available within the Polkadot environment, that there will be some interoperability, but there's an assumed risk when you're operating, in a beta or a semi live version in the Kusama environment. So I think that's actually, and Kusama's tokens are the supply is much lower on Kusama than it is for Polkadot. And that's another thing I like about Polkadot. I think there is a total supply, unlike Ethereum, where you just don't know how many tokens they can create. So I've really been looking at Polkadot as an option. Cosmos looks pretty good too. I mean, I've seen a lot of other blockchains that look pretty good. Now, in terms of like who can compete as a competitor with Ethereum, I think that because, Gavin Wood is one of the co-creators of Ethereum, and, and a lot of times when this happens, they'll move to another, they'll basically, Polkadot is essentially a copy of Ethereum, but a better version of Ethereum, because all these blockchains are open source. So you can take it and copy it or clone it, or what they call in the in the blockchain environment, fork it.
But isn't Cardano, isn't the guy from Cardano also one of the founders of Ethereum?
Could be.
Yeah, I believe he is. So I guess my question is, you know, even if it's a better product, sometimes that first mover advantage is all you need, even if your product may be somewhat inferior, because you know, Ethereum at this point, I know I looked last week, more institutions bought Ethereum than they did Bitcoin, and that was like a first for that. So,
and I think the more they come into the space, the more educated they're going to become about solutions. But I tell you right now, business is not going to deal with that gas fees. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're going to want something that's better.
Unless they can somehow like, get them themselves, if they start buying nodes. I mean, and I saw Tyrone, I saw what you put in the chat about vet. I'm not even gonna mention that because y'all are a gang, and I leave vet people alone.
No, I'm not even part of the gang. I mean, what happened was I got assaulted by the gang, and they started hitting me with facts.
So now you know all the information.
The facts. When I started seeing the contracts and the partnerships, then I was like, "Yo, okay, you know what? They right." And then when I saw that IBM failed, then vet is right there to sweep up their contracts, because vet already has a ton of contracts that people don't really realize. So it's really just a matter of time. Plus, I think with them having the thing about having a lot of tokens, or a lot of coins, is it helps the network. It helps the network way better. That's why, like, if you've ever, even though Doge is a joke coin, if you've ever sent a transaction with Doge, it goes like this.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
What is that? But what does that do for the value on the other side, the tokenomics? Like, so it'll move faster, but what does that do for value?
Well, for vet, because they have so many contracts in place. Like, I feel like that presents the value. That is the value. Like, this is the system that people are using, so you want to be a part of that system. And right now, with the price being so cheap, like, that's what's driving a lot of prices. A lot of price action is the fact that new people are jumping into the market and they're saying, "Oh, yo, this joint is only 2 cents. Let me jump in here." And
yeah, but long term, that's problematic, because that happens a lot of time in the stock market too, where folks buy stuff based on price and not really on you know, any sort of intrinsic value.
I definitely agree with that.
But that's a great conversation.
Overall, it's really just the partnerships. I feel like the partnerships give it value, and we don't know how their contracts are written. Like, what if the contract's written where, you know, you have to buy and hold 1 million of these coins, and a lot of their coins are in lockup. So it even though there may be billions of coins, if a majority of them are in lockup, that means the circulating supply isn't that high, which then gives added value.
Man, it sound like they jumped you in the gang, bro.
They got me, yo. They got me.
Man.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. This is great conversation.
All right, Core.
Bye, Gary. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, so I mean, anything else? Any more tickers or anything else? Blockchain, or, you know, talk about anything.
So is anybody holding any Cardano?
I know it was recommended to me by Russell, and I've been trying to get it, but that's one of those things that I have not been able to get. Can't get it on Binance.us, wasn't able to get it on Uphold. So I have some, but I would like to be buying more.
Yeah, I got it. Vet, Cardano, all that. Baking soda.
Okay.
And I found it on Born.
I was looking at like my old coins, and I had that and I'm like, okay, like, do I need to be keeping Cardano? I had that since like 2017.
Yeah, it's one of the old ones.
So
that
I was
one.
like, do I need to keep it, or do I need to get rid of it?
Who's still holding IOTA? Yeah.
No, I got rid of Salt finally. Yo, Salt was popping in 2017. Listen, I made some nice.
Everything was popping in 2017.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep like 3 or 4. I'm glad I only kept like 3 or 4, because like Salt is trash right now.
Does anybody have any like wrapped ETH or wrapped Bitcoin?
I do have some wrapped ETH, and I only bought it as a way to add to a liquidity pool.
Okay.
Right. So it was just a way to, you know, get some income by getting some wrapped ETH. I took some Chainlink and some wrapped ETH, and I gave it to So it was one of these things that Russ was showing me. So I use it for liquidity. I'll tell you the exchange now. It is right within the trust wallet. It's DYDX exchange.
Okay.
So I bought some wrap ETH just to pretty much place there with some chain link to add to liquidity. But
what kind of return are you getting APY on your liquidity at with
that
DXY?
was crazy. That was like it was over
20%.
Yeah, it was like 20-something%.
Oh, 20%. Okay, and that's that's annual percentage.
It's in the 20s, but I've seen higher though.
Okay. Yeah, they're out there. Yeah, I'm trying to work on that.
But that was my only foray into providing liquidity. I really didn't go too deep into it, but I know that I missed out on that airdrop from Uniswap, so I was going to those exchanges, just like making a couple of transactions. So in case they had an airdrop, I was on there before.
Is anybody
That's a good
rocking,
idea.
anybody use KuCoin?
I don't.
The reason why
Yeah, I use them.
Okay, because KuCoin got a bot. They have bots that you can run that will go in and out like based on your parameters, and they nickel and dime to increase your income. So that's another good exchange. Just don't do the KYC because I don't think we're supposed to have it. But what they don't know won't hurt them.
They don't force you to do KYC?
No.
Okay.
No, I tried to set limits for you.
Because on KuCoin you can do, they got bots, you can lend, you can stake, you can margin trade. They don't do like, I don't know if they have the futures on here like they do on Binance. Yeah, they do have
Does
futures.
anybody use Celsius to stake?
I think Russell, he does some stuff with Celsius. I've heard him mention that before.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's on this call.
I don't know if Russ is on here, but yeah, I know he uses Celsius, as do I. They just increased their like yesterday. As a matter of fact, it was yesterday. On stable coins, they're now paying 12.5%, and there's no locking requirement. So you can literally use it like a savings account where you can buy USDC and get 12.5%.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm about to check profit on some stuff, and I need somewhere to sit my
Hey,
I want to put
What
it
is that on? Could you repeat that?
Celsius
wallet.
Celsius. Hey, Benita,
How
let
long
me
are they
know.
supposed to be
You know,
doing that,
I got affiliate links for days, so let me know.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, I feel you on the affiliate link.
Listen, you know how it is in crypto, yo. Like, listen, somebody
But you got it. I need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if any of you guys sign up for anything crypto, not even just me, if whoever invited you to this call, whatever, make sure somebody gets something for that. Like, don't sign up and don't nobody get paid.
Right, for real though, because even Binance gives incentives back.
Everybody, Gemini,
nice.
even Coinbase,
Everybody.
Coinbase gives incentives back. So like, make sure somebody get it, and most of the time when they get it, you get something too. So another thing I just want to add for those like maybe starting in crypto, if you start in Coinbase, you can earn crypto for free by answering some questions and watching some videos. So that's another way to get some free crypto. But anyway, any more questions or comments or anything?
Okay. Well, if nobody has questions or comments, we can go ahead and wrap this portion up. And if any of the ladies want to stay on for the webinar after the webinar, you're welcome to do so.
All right. Well, thank y'all for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and thank you for watching my impromptu presentation. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you a lot, Jimmy. I really got a lot out of this one. Thank you so much, you guys.
No doubt, no doubt. All right,
Thanks, Jimmy.
I'll see y'all next week.
All right, good night.
Take it easy.
Thanks. That was just fuck that.
Good night.
Jazz, you can go ahead and cut the recording.